Oh, turn off the sound. Turn off the sound. Hi, guys. I hope you'll forgive me. I haven't had a chance to look at the page. Look at, oh my gosh. I don't know, it seems like a week. It's been at least 3 or 4 days since I've had a chance to look at our Facebook page. So I'm, searching through and I'm answering people's messages and poor Lee. Lee's mom died this past week. So I was answering her. Hello, hi Donna. And then Aaron just said something like, oh, are we not having it? And I'm like, yeah, we're having it. Why? Oh, shit, because I'm supposed to be on right now. I'm telling you. So, hi, Aaron. Yeah. I was distracted a little and answering your messages, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? Are we not having it? And then I realized it was after 8. I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be on. Look at my hair is going crazy today. Okay. Hi. Look at, it's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna do the mom thing. Ready? All right. Hi. So here we are. Oh shit, now I'm not even on my own channel. All right, so I have 3 channels at this point. So I have to find the right channel. Where am I? Here I am. My channel. Come on. Hi, there we are. I see me. All right. Whew. I missed the last couple. Hi, Palin. I saw you today on our live for Mystic Dragon's Lair, so welcome. All right, Donna, hello. Palin, hi. Jackie, hi. Pat, hi. Susie, Sherry Bug. Aaron, Ponders Pros, hello. Hi, Cass. MA, TLC, Jackie, we're watching last week's. That's okay. We're happy you're here, too. Hi, Trevor. Kay is here. Rowena, woohoo! Johnny Dragon, hi sweetheart. Where am I? Sonia, hi honey. Spent too much on today's nooner, Jen. It's your fault. I take full responsibility. It's okay. Okay, so hi, welcome back. Today we are doing part 2 of Death. Which to me is a great card. And, it's not the card that anybody really wants to pull because it doesn't mean it's a fun time, but it is a transition and a new way of thinking. To me, very much, it's like my new pendant here. This is Storm yesterday, knocked down some phone. Ooh, I was wondering why my hello wasn't showing up last week's reply. Ravens, Lila said, yes, you have to buy it. Yes, yep. So this is snakeskin. We just got these in today and we sold them today for the first time, but it's real snakeskin. And what a great way to remind yourself to transition when you need to, which is really what the death card is all about. Leaving behind the things that you need to leave behind, being able to let go of the things that are no longer yours, shedding the things that you don't need anymore. Creator messaged me. She made that one with you in mind. You're kidding. This is the one I picked out. How awesome is that? Because it's about Alice. So, yeah, we did. We showed these today. Hi, Hexen. Can I leave behind 2020 now? I know. Looks like there's also amethyst. It's not. It's the way the creator made them. But super cool. And then, it's a stopwatch. And then the back has the Alice in Wonderland White Rabbit. Yeah. And it's real snakeskin. She took it from ethically sourced. She took it from, a shedding from her snake. And made necklaces out of them. And I just love them. I think they're really neat. So, yes, exactly. It looks like a pocket watch. And that's from you know, the Alice in Wonderland thing. So, which, you know, if you watch my channel, you know I love my Alice in Wonderland. The only deck I need to get, there's one Alice deck that I don't have that I need to get, which is the Alice deck on Etsy that I want, and I just haven't had the chance yet to get it. From who? Leanne, we're actually selling them on Mystic Dragon's Lair. Does she have an Etsy? I don't know. But if you message the page, Cass can let you know which ones we have left. Or Cass or me, depending on who we have at the shop. Please keep in mind, guys, that we don't answer, or we shouldn't be answering, Cass, messages when we are home. The Dame Darcy deck. That's the one, MA. I don't have that one yet. And I keep meaning to. And then I think it was out of print, and then it went back in print, and it might be out of print again. So, Cass, second the heck out of the honey straws. Yes. How often does the store order new tarot decks? Aha! Hi, Michelle. Call me out. That's right. We try to order new tarot decks as much as we can. Understand, it's funny now. I got my Mystic Dragon's Lair hat on and my channel hat on. As far as the shop itself, we do as much as we can. She did just order today from Llewellyn, and I think maybe U.S. Games, or she's going to, yes, a Llewellyn, and she's going to be making a U.S. Games order. We do not make almost nothing on decks because we want to keep them as low as we can. We don't. It's not like we get a very good deal on any of those decks or anything, but super stoked that I love the purple. It's perfect. So, you know, we do the best we can to keep them in stock. It's a hard thing because we don't make very much money on it. You made it! Yay, Estelle! I pulled out my Mythic Tarot again last night, the 1986 one. How cool is that? Yes. If you think you got a fake deck, do you report the vendor? And if so, to whom? Good question. I do. I try to report the vendor. If it's on the platform. So if it's on eBay, you should be reporting it to eBay. Etsy is a harder platform to report that to, I've noticed. I would still report it to Etsy, but they are a harder platform for some reason to report that to, because the copyright thing to them, because I don't know, there's something about them that they don't pay that much attention to the copyright thing. But try it anyways if it's Etsy. Try to report it to the platform. It was on Amazon, no kidding. And they did not, yeah, I would report it to Amazon then. And I would say directly on there that it is, you know, it is a non-copyrighted edition of a copyrighted deck. And they're supposed to be watching that and taking them off of there. Yes. Okay. So this is the second part 2 of the death card tonight. And we went over the death card last week some, and we're going to continue tonight. So if this is a card that you like and you didn't get to see last week's, make sure you take a look at last week's. There were some great cards shown, and we did some great study last week. I think we did only Liz Dean for the books last week. So we're going to start with Holistic Tarot by the great Benabel Wynn. So here is the death card. This is the deck that we use all the time for the first one. Welcome to death and even more death. Part 2. So the element is water. It is associated with Mars and Pluto. Is also associated with Scorpios. Transformation, mortality, and suffering. An armored skeleton waves a black flag bearing the Rosicrucian rose. Hi, Thomas. I just noticed you were here. Beneath, yeah. He rides a white steed whose eyes glow red. The reins depict the skull and crossbones. Beneath the horse's hooves is the dead king, his crown and scepter trampled on. A woman and child are on their knees, ill and dying. A bishop in a glowing yellow cloak prays before the horse. A single ship sails on the river. Is it the river Styx? Along the horizon line are two pillars from the moon and a yellow radiant sun rising in between. And we talked last time about how that could be the sunrise or the sunset, right? And that is because that transformation is a continual transformation. We don't know if this is the beginning or the end, right? That's what Skeletor would have looked like if he was an actual knight. Yes, yes. The contemporary indication for death is that of transformation and metamorphosis. The veil and mask of life is perpetuated in change. All about change. Transformation in change. Transformation and passage from lower to higher. Hi, Ed. The card depicts the end of a phase or stage in the seeker's life and the beginning of a new one. The death card is about change. It assuages the tendency in human nature to resist change. So, of course, anytime that you have change that you weren't ready for, our initial reaction is always, I don't want to do this. Hold on, I'm not ready. Can you give me some time? Let me try to get used to the idea. That is why living in this present moment, which is not easy, but trying to live your life in the present moment such as it is the best way to try to get through life without, as little scarring as possible, is trying to allow what is to, almost missed this, to water the garden for my job. Well, I'm glad you're here, Christiana. Is the best way to try to get through when you're having change. Just try to accept it. And Eckhart Tolle, who is a great, great philosopher, I love his books, talks about accepting what is in the moment as if you had chosen it. So whatever comes up, you take a moment, take a breath, and pretend you chose it. Try to accept whatever it is that's happening as if this is what I chose to happen. And so in doing that, it makes the transitions easier. It makes your life more enriching to just try to accept what is going on. Now, again, let's not, kid ourselves and say that that's always an easy thing. That anything that comes up, we can always go, oh, yes, it's okay. Whatever. We know that's not how life is. But that's the struggle, right? Is to try to take a breath, look outside of the situation, and try to realize that there's nothing we can do about it. If we can, then you can try to do something about it. But if this is a change that is happening to you or happening around you, then there isn't stuff you can do about it. And to try to accept that as it is, that will help us get through that transition. Right? Hi, Pat. Yes, please subscribe to our new channel. And we need to talk about the options for the next collaboration. If you can accept the present moment, it will help you accept tough times. Very important. Exactly. That's what my tattoo on my leg, that's what this tattoo is for, is to remind me of that. I don't know if I can get my big leg up there. Hold on, I'll try. See what I do for you guys? Okay. So, see, this says, embrace the place where life happens. Embrace the place where life happens. With the tree of life. And that's an Eckhart Tolle quote. And that tattoo is supposed to remind me every day to embrace what is happening around you. Topics for the new channel. What about rat pussy? You're terrible. Terrible. So when did I get that tattoo? Ooh, a long time ago. That one, I was living in Watkins Glen. So you're probably talking 15 years? 10, 15? Something like that. Yep. It's been quite a while since I've had that one. I've been an Eckhart fan for quite a while. Okay. Change is generally uncomfortable. Death appears in readings for seekers who are about to embark on a dramatically new phase in their life. The transformation process will be painful for the seeker. It's not an easy one, right? This card doesn't come up and you say, thank goodness things are going to change. No, this card comes up and you say, uh-oh, here we go. He's great. He calms me down. Absolutely, Sonia. I love Eckhart. And I have to say, I'm one of those people, I love to listen to him on audio. So I watch him on TV, listen to him on audiobooks if I get a chance, because his accent is really cute and he's really geeky. And when he laughs, he goes like that. And I think it's hilarious. But anyways. On a serious note, what about your favorite tarot card or cards and what they mean to you as a topic? Ooh, that'd be a good one, Thomas. Let's put that in the rotation as for the poll, Pat. It will be one of the harder moments of the seeker's life, but endure and persevere. A bright new era will be up ahead. It can also indicate the overthrow of a former authoritarian regime. I'm not saying anything. And the natural cycle of revolution. It can suggest the waning of power of one authority and the growing, ascending power of a new. It is the card of revolutions. I like Eckhart sound effects, me too. Hi, Linda. Me too. Traditionally, key 13 is related to death and birth, property and inheritance, society and family, war and treaties. It also calls to mind the plague, in particular the bubonic plague of 1347 or the Black Death. You caught that, honey. Hi, honey. In the card imagery, many have interpreted a literal plague being depicted, one that reduces king and peasant alike to their mortality. When the card appears in a spread for someone privileged or of high status, it is a reminder that no one is above suffering. King and peasant alike deal with pain and affliction. Alternatively, there is speculation that this card is inspired by Friday the 13th in October 1307, when the Knights Templar were summarily charged with offenses such as heresy, idolatry, apostasy, and homosexuality, and subsequently tortured and killed. I did not know that. That's interesting. Well, please have this plague affect king and peasant alike. Everything has an ending of some sort. It can be painful if we do not have the capacity to accept that change that happens, good or bad. Absolutely, Kay. For sure. For sure. Topic for Wise Nuts, morality and witchcraft. That's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay. So that's Benabelle. Let's hear from our best friend here, Michelle T. and Modern Tarot. Okay, so it says, okay, you got the death card. Don't freak out. It doesn't mean you're going to die. Actually, wait a minute. You are going to die. So am I. So are all the people you spoke to today. Everyone you passed on the street, everyone whose status you liked or hated or ignored, we're all going to die. And while a tarot reading doesn't have the ability to predict the time or manner of your death, and while 99.9% of the time drawing that card has nothing to do with physical death whatsoever, I hesitate to relieve you of your mortality anxiety so quickly. Though the death card, a difficult, almost uniformly painful card to draw, deals primarily with change, transitions, and transformations, it is largely the primal fear of death at our core that makes these and so many other endings excruciating for humans. When the death card comes up, something is being taken from us. Our marriage, our livelihood, our most rewarding friendship. A treasured talent is no longer available to us. We're being evicted from our home. These changes occur against our will, often in spite of our clinging and keening. But death governs other losses besides these, such as quitting drugs, changing an identity-defining point of view, gender transition, or becoming a parent. People generally choose these changes, which often bring them joy, but if death pops up for you, it means there's a shadow side to the happy new era you're ringing in, and ignore it at your peril. Sometimes I think the death card would benefit from being renamed grief or mourning, for that is the real heart of the card. There has been a profound loss, and whether you are grateful for the loss or devastated, a time of processing is upon you, of consciously letting go. The snake skin, right? It's a time of feeling your feelings, your anxiety, of raging and making peace. You are becoming a new person, and whether you worked for this change or had a crisis rudely thrust upon you, the only way through it is to embrace it and find your agency within the situation. Let's look at the card. I guess if we did rename it grief or mourning, we'd lose the iconic goth imagery. The Grim Reaper herself clad in armor, as she is unconquerable. No one outwits death, and no one outwits change. A king lies on the ground as trampled and prone as a Walking Dead extra. I love her. A pope, a kid, and a pretty lady. No, not a pretty lady. Geez, all await their fates, communicating that neither piety, innocence, or adherence to cultural current beauty standard will save us. Let's unpack these little archetypes, shall we? Are you the king? Your stature can't help you in this situation. You can't buy yourself out of this loss. I mean, I guess if you're a billionaire with dubious ethics, you could, for instance, buy yourself a mail-order bride if death has come for you in the form of a divorce. But unless you dig into your stony heart, locate a smidgen of humanity, and weep for what once was, whatever is left of your soul will continue to denigrate inside your body like Dorian Gray's secret picture. Are you the Pope? You're not going to be able to pray, meditate, chant, yoga, cleanse, CrossFit your way out of this one. While all of those pursuits are killer support systems, tools to help you through this moment, sitting down to meditate in the hope that you'll be lifted away from your pain is incorrect. Meditate in order to bring yourself closer to the razor's edge of your fear. Look at it in the face, accept it, and make peace with it. If the fear of death underlies all fear, and fear is what stops us from acceptance and letting go, then getting into a practice of accepting that you're going to die will have the ripple effect of assisting you with all loss. That's so true. Personally, I especially like to think about how we're all going to die when I'm feeling choked by economic anxiety. That's kind of a good way to put it. Oh my gosh, because I've had a rough week financially, I'll tell you. PayPal screwed up and I ended up in the negative, and it made something else bounce, and then I had 4 $36 charges, and then it still hadn't taken out what it tried to take out even though it wasn't supposed to. So I'm in the positive finally, but not doing all that wonderfully. And it would be nice to think of the fact that we're all going to die. You know what? At least we're all going to die. Can I really spend $150 on a ticket to that super fun celebrity gala that supports a totally... Yeah, turn the page, Jen. Come on. Turn the page. Worthy feminist nonprofit? Well, we're all going to die. How much time do I want to spend stressing about this? How much yes do I want to say in whatever time I have left? What a great sentence. How much yes do I want to say in whatever time I have left on this earth? How much yes? How much no do we want to say? And how much yes do I want to say in what I have left? A lot. I want to say a lot of yes. There's some no, but I want to say a lot of yes. A lot. Are you the child? Innocence can't save you. Perhaps you did everything right in this situation and you're still getting screwed. Oh well, c'est la vie. I'm not being cavalier with your feelings. It's just that c'est la vie is the order of the day when death comes trotting up. Also, don't think you can trick death by playing your innocence off as ignorance. Pretending you don't know what's going on or falsely embracing the situation as positive will both backfire. So yes, try to embrace the situation as it is, but don't do it falsely, because that's just not going to work. Yes, the death card has a totally gorgeous light at the end of the tunnel, but you are required to walk through the dark night of your soul to get there. There are no shortcuts. None. You must walk through the dark night of your soul in order to get there. Okay? Sorry, guys. I need new glasses. I think I need a stronger prescription. Well, it's not a prescription. I need stronger reading glasses. Are you the pretty lady? I hate to make a conventionally attractive female a feminist metaphor for being a tool of the patriarchy. Honestly, I truly do. But the tarot deals in archetypes, so go with my flow. To me, the pretty lady speaks to how supporting the status quo, not rocking the boat, cuddling up to conformity, none of these are going to stave off this loss. You might as well be your messiest, most authentic self. The death card ain't pretty, and neither are you when you're in its thrall. So good. I remember sharing at a support group about the recent ending of an 8-year relationship. I was shell-shocked and still couldn't speak about it without crying. When we all stood to hold hands, I clutched the palm of an elderly lady. She turned to me and said simply, "It's like death." It's like a death. Nothing anybody said to me in those long months of wrestling with this card resonated so clearly. I thought it was generous of her to say what she did. I surmised that in her long life, she'd experienced her share of actual deaths. And that's one of the things I talk about too. When I'm talking to someone who has lost a relationship, who's going through a divorce, that's what you all really need to keep in mind is it is like a death. You have to mourn that loss because you're in the throngs of losing everything that you had hoped for. All the plans that you made with this person is now cut off. So it's like a death. You have to mourn that loss. I tell people that all the time too. It was kind of her to lend me the power of this word death. It helped me when I struggled to come to grips with my new situation, my new life, my new me. What I was experiencing was a death. We can't leave this card without speaking about the flag Mr. Reaper carries. A chic black flag embossed with an enormous elaborate rose. What could be more beautiful? And truly, as sure as that sun setting in the background will rise again, there is beauty at the end of this struggle. You will love again. You will create art again or make money again. You will know friendship again, find shelter again, feel whole again. The death of my relationship showed me what I needed most from my relationships. It gave me the motivation to look for it and brought me to my soulmate, whom I'm married to today. There is a bounty of beauty waiting for you. You just have to cry your way to it. So it is not an easy thing to go through. Death is not supposed to be easy. It is highly transformational, but it's not easy. Reminds me of the movie Yes Man, right? Yes. Did I miss? I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up. I know I missed a lot. I'm sorry. Soulmates and twin flames are easy money on YouTube, right? So, absolutely. It is not an easy thing to go through. But it is something that is worthwhile to keep on stepping, keep walking. Odd that we are doing the death cards tonight. My mom just found out she has cancer in her neck. She's very positive about when she'll be better. Good, Kay. I'm glad she's positive. I'm sorry to hear that she's going to go through that. And it's definitely not going to be an easy thing. But a transformation nonetheless, right? Absolutely. And we'll be sending Reiki love, sweetie. Yes, please use capital letters so I can see what you're doing or what you're asking. Okay, so some great cards, okay? I have to say, I did not go through after last week and pull any other cards. So we only have kind of a normal amount of cards this time. I did kind of want to go through and pull some more, but I thought, no, we have a lot here and we'll let it go. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is the Sun and Moon Tarot. I love this one. It is a phoenix rising from the ashes. Thank you, Pat. I definitely love this, the image of the phoenix, right? What a great image that even in death, when we have given all we can give and we're laying in a pile of ashes, that's when something happens. That's when you are able to really shed off what is no longer needed and rise through the ashes to the phoenix. What a great card. Love the image of the phoenix. And I think we had those in a couple, at least one other card for sure last week too, right? The Enchanted Forest, or the Forest of Enchantment, whichever you want to say. I'm going to read a little bit of this one because I love this card. So here we have the Black Shuck. Of the otherworldly beings that dwell in the woods, few are as fearsome as the Black Shuck, for he is the portent of death. Is your heart beating a little faster now? He is one of those spectral hounds who roams the earth, haunting the bleakest moors and the darkest forests. You may have heard him clawing and whining at your very door. Now he meets you among the gravestones, illuminated by lightning flashes. Don't worry, he won't harm you. Black Shuck comes not to take your life, but as a memento mori, a reminder that death awaits you and life is not to be wasted. Look into his fiery eyes. Let him know you understand his message. If you have the courage, extend a cautious hand and feel his cold breath. He knows your scent, and he will find you again. Sooner or later, the Black Shuck comes for us all. When Black Shuck appears, take it as a sign that you need to prioritize what's important and release what no longer serves you. The card rarely means a physical death, but don't run away from that interpretation either. Sit with it for a while. All things pass in their proper time, and making friends with the Black Shuck will lessen unwarranted fears. So here's a big picture of it, so we can see a little bit. I love his eyes. Just a great interpretation here. And of course, I see Harry Potter here too. Never-ending Story, Hound of Baskervilles, absolutely. And Harry Potter. Can't forget Harry Potter. Great card though. This is shit. It's not shit. It's a fairly new deck to me. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Dream Keepers. This is the Dream Keepers Tarot. I really don't fear this particular card. That's good, because it's not to be feared, just to make sure you pay attention to it, right? So here we have the Dream Keepers Tarot. I think I have this one out to read too, because it's really good. I hope I have. Maybe not. Nope. Did I not bring it out? Nope, I didn't. Okay. This is a good one though. See, she has the veil. She's romantically clutching the skull here. She has the snake wrapped around her and the veil on. She's also turning into the skeleton. And see the mushrooms growing at her feet. I just love this. This card is a beautiful card. And this is called the Dream Keepers Tarot. I don't agree with divorce being like the death of a spouse. Let me reiterate, Ed, because I don't think it's like the death of a spouse either. That's a way different thing. It is like a death, though. It is the death of the dreams and hopes that you had as a couple moving forward. That you now have to let go of that. I didn't mean to say that it was like the death of a spouse. It's not the death of a spouse, for sure, because that's a different thing. That is, you are still in love and you have lost that's a bigger hit. Right, it's the death of a relationship that you expected to move on to a successful completion, whatever that is. So when you think of the hopes and dreams that you had, you have to let go of the stuff that you had planned ahead, which you have to do, obviously, when you have a spouse die. But that's a much more traumatic hit because there was no. It's not like you were waiting to death of the dreams that you had. Yes, exactly. But you can possibly reconcile. Right. I'm not talking about anything that you would possibly reconcile from, though. There's some, when you lose a relationship that from divorce, like that it's not going to happen again. And again, it's a more traumatic thing when you lose a spouse from death than from divorce. And I don't mean to belittle one over the other, certainly, just that you have that loss of relationship. That loss of dreams and the future that you had planned up until then. Oh, hi, United. Well, welcome. Right. Exactly. You understand what I'm trying to say? I don't know if I'm saying it right tonight. Yes, so this is Dream Keepers, for sure. Love that one. In the back of your mind, there's always a chance. In the back of your mind, there's always a chance. Did you go through a divorce too, Ed, or no? It depends on the marriage. There are some divorces that there is no always a chance either. There are some divorces that are very final too. You married Peter twice. Yes, that's true. Right? So the next card. No, that's okay, Ed. Did you go through a divorce too? So you have the experience of both? There's definitely a distinction, for sure. But there isn't always, though, that chance in the back of your head. Sometimes that divorce is a very final divorce. And the grieving process is similar. Yeah, my mom and dad did too. The grieving process is very similar, though, as far as letting go of the future that you had planned, But there's definitely a distinction, for sure. For sure, for sure. Okay, anyways, I don't want to get bogged down in that, but I agree. There is definitely a distinction. Okay, Celtic Tarot. Next one I'm going to show is Celtic Tarot, and a lot of these I'm going to be reading a short excerpt. I'm not going to do like the whole thing, but a lot of these I'm going to be reading a short excerpt so you can see what their thought process was. And I just want to show, I love, love, love this death card. And there is a reason I'm going to read this because it's so good. Mama, you need less than 10. Less than 10 to get to 7,000. Woohoo! So we're almost there. I still haven't been married once. Oh no! I hear you, Ed, and I'm glad that you're here because you can give a unique perspective that the rest of us, or not all of us, have. I'm not saying nobody else here, but you know, your perspective is very different, especially because your loss was not that long ago, for sure. A river will rise from a damp pool, gathering momentum as it traverses the land. Villages and towns spring up at its banks. Altars and temples sing offerings to its depths. It is given a name. It has nature. It ebbs and flows. Its time of flooding, an indication that the river and the land and the people are in a relationship. But the river will eventually reach the sea. And whilst the water in the river is never the same, it bears the nature and identity of the river. And then all at once, it enters the mystery of ocean. But is that river's existence and essence negated, or does it simply cease to exist? On the contrary, it is remembered. Priests will subjugate themselves before me, but their futile offerings impress me not. The young of age and heart pick flowers in their innocence and offer them to me, to those in the dawning light of youth or in the twilight of old age. I am but a friend. Those who have risen to dizzy heights, even to the ranks of monarchs, lie naked and dead at my feet. I level the playing field. Under my gaze, all are equal. I am death. I am end and beginning. I am necessary. So again, I love this interpretation here too. Here we have death. This is the Celtic Tarot. This is by Christopher Hughes. And here he is at the mouth of the ocean where the river meets the ocean. And there's a little girl who is offered flowers. There is someone dead in front of him here. Him, her, it. Yeah, that was a great way to write it, right? Because the river doesn't then cease to exist. It carries its essence forward as it makes it to the ocean. Hi, Fatima. Great card. I love the Celtic Tarot anyways, and this one is a really good card. I love the interpretation. Good one. Next, where it becomes something else. Yes, exactly. End of the river, the death of the river. I just love that interpretation. So this one looks goofy at first, but again, the interpretation here is what really grabs me. This one is the Tarot of the Crone. This is another Ellen Lorenzi Prince deck. She also does the Dark Goddess Tarot. So here we have the Tarot of the Crone. This is the end. There is nowhere else to go. Something has to change. That something is you. Not ready? Fine. Stay here with me until you are. A near skeletal figure stands with arms and legs akimbo before a dark coffin-shaped opening. Surrounding the passage is the blood red of spilled life, of the life that is no more. Ahead are the bare bones of truth and the blackness of the void. A little red passage of potential rebirth. is at death's groin. The choice of passage is up to you. The quick and hard way, if you cut enough away to become so small, or the gentler but still hard way of utter dissolution. Either way, death must first be looked squarely in the face. When death appears in your life, you can accept or deny. Accept the loss, and you may be filled with grief and emptiness. Deny what is passing, and you may never be free, dragging a corpse along with you into your future. Something is over, and you have to say goodbye. Beyond death is the unknown. You don't yet know how your life might be after this loss. You know it won't be the same, but it must be done. Love this deck, Jen. You're making me want to pull out all my shadow decks. So if you cut enough away, you can be reborn, but you have to cut enough away. Or you can drag the corpse through the larger opening there. Exactly. So another good one, different perspective. I love the different perspectives that all of these decks have. Let's look at, yet again, no better time to start the process of a business venture than while learning about the death cards. Sorry, Christina. All right, let's look at True Black. Love, love, love my True Black deck. Love the use of light. So here we have a hooded man stands before a large and mysterious gate. His posture is strong but passive. As the gatekeeper between worlds, he holds a great key. As the ferryman for those whose time has elapsed, he clutches a skull. The figure stands above an endless field of blood, the stuff of both life and death. In tarot, the death card is commonly taught as a synonym for change, the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, rather than physical death. It can indicate the end of a relationship or a project, and while experiences, mindsets, and settings are likely to come and pass more often than permanent death, it is inevitable that the fundamental fear in life must be addressed. Death is the shroud behind which nothing earthly can reliably see, whether a result of inability or impossibility, and is an enduring topic of mythology and speculation. Glimpses and flashes are purported as depicted here. The quintessential gate to the unknown is adorned with two figures on either side. A great wolf to the left. You see the wolf? And an armed man to the right. Agents in the Norse story of Ragnarok. A world-ending event that gives rise to a new beginning. So see the armed man and the wolf. See, the skull is still bleeding and the white lily. How can you have a favorite deck? I know. It's not easy, right? For sure. Again, all right, I have to say, now this next one, it's hard because the death card is really, really good. This next one is absolutely has to be one of my top 10 at least death cards. This is the Sabbath Tarot. So warning ahead of time, there is nudity in this deck. There is nudity. So if you don't like it, turn away. Here we go. Here's the death card in the Sabbath Tarot. I love this card. I love the beauty and the differences between the beauty and the skull. I really love this card. I want that over my bed as a headboard, right? It is very strong. Death is universal. She doesn't care who you are or where you're from. When she comes for you, there's no stopping her. She cuts the thread of life. But because of this, she also understands our struggles while living. Death is the cost of life, and she is inevitable. Death walks through a dense forest and surrounded by the skulls of humankind. From their decay, the soil is renewed and the forest is allowed to grow, perpetuating the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. The body, once dead, is alive again in its new form. Before her is a single white rose, showing that there is still life and beauty to be appreciated, despite our inevitable end. Light shines through the canopy on her skeletal face, signifying she has been ordained by the cosmos to do her work. No matter how morbid, it is sacred and serves a purpose in the order of the universe. Yeah, I do love the Marielle too. Yep. Yep. Love the rose. It's just such a gorgeous. Great, great, great interpretation. Love this one. For sure. So the Sabbath Tarot, definitely top 10. The Botanical Deck. Yeah, the light in the card. Yeah, it is really, really good. This is the Suicide Tree. And this is the Botanical Deck. If you look up the Suicide Tree, it says the seeds of the suicide tree contain the lethal toxin cereberin. There is enough cereberin in one seed to kill a human adult. The seeds of the suicide tree are the most commonly used plant to commit suicide with. Fun fact, I love how it's called fun fact. Yeah, that's a great fun fact. The toxin won't show up on toxicology screens unless it's specifically being tested for, making it an ideal murder weapon. Fun fact. Woohoo! Fun fact. Great fun fact. The suicide tree, which makes cerebin. That is a fun fact. Fun fact. You get away with murder. Fun fact. Hi, Danny. This next one is the Star Tarot. Again, a great, great deck. I love this death card. Love it, love it, love it. So where can I get a few of these seeds? I agree, Pat. I think we should start growing a suicide tree. Here we have the Rising of the Phoenix, the Death here, and the Ultimate Knight. Great card. Really beautiful card. The Star Tarot. This is one I do not show very often. In fact, I've never unboxed this deck because I got it right before my move. It's called the Tarot of Enchanted Dreams. See, here's the back. If you guys want, I can do an unboxing of this deck eventually here. Tarot of Enchanted Dreams. It's very ethereal. So you'll do an unboxing of it, right? Yes, I can. The Ultimate Knight, right? Tarot of the Dream Enchantress. It's the tarot. Hold on. Here, I'll show you the box. Tarot of Enchanted Dreams. It's very ethereal. Yes, do an unboxing. Okay, I will. This is, we were talking about collage decks. This is one of those collage decks. I like these decks a lot. This one, the Stretch Tarot, what's the other one that I don't have that is it's a collage deck that I like, but I don't have that one. So yeah, it's really, really pretty deck. For sure. And I'll do that one. I'll do that maybe this week. This one is 78 Tarot. This one is the Elemental. I love this one. This is, again, I know, one of my favorites, but it really is. I really like this one a lot. They all are, I know, but this is the Elemental Tarot, 78 Tarot Elemental. I like this one. It's very different. Until I read this, hold on, I'll read it first. And then I'll tell you what I missed. In the process of creating this painting, it took on deep symbolism for me. I wanted to show the beauty in the cycle of loss, failure, and the magnificent ability we have to overcome and rise again even stronger than before. As a woman, the ritual of haircutting has always been powerful to me. It's about taking control, evolving, and shedding the past. In my piece, you can see her long, beautiful hair has gotten a sudden and blunt chop, which that's what I missed, there was actually a haircut here. Letting the old float away and starting anew with new attitude. Along the way, her likeness began to reflect Cleopatra, which I love. She's powerful, she's a leader. Her heart is represented by the daffodil, a flower synonymous with spring, rebirth, and new beginnings. She has perfect hair, right? I really liked this one a lot. It's interesting, it's different. I like that she did the cutting of her hair as a power symbol of taking control a little in a time of rebirth and mourning. I want to be bald. Oh, you don't? The next one is 78 Tarot Mythical Edition. And this one, I almost didn't pull it because it's very, Morticia Adams, hell yeah. It's very traditionalist, but I really liked what the artist says about this card. With all things that feel like finality, we can often look back and see them as more of a stepping stone to something further. This card represents a look into those changes we take on in life, no matter how daunting, and reminds us to see the transition within them into something new. Life can bring us many challenges and endings, and the sadness that follows can be a truly healing exercise. In this deck, we tap into the story of Charon, the ferryman of Greek mythology. He transports a soul into the next stage of its path down the river Styx. He reminds us to allow these cycles that come to us, as they are quite natural, to pay our dues and to just maybe appreciate a sunrise, knowing that it may be our last for quite some time. It's just beautiful. I like it. I have aftershave cream for the head. Leanne, you're goofy. Okay, this one is right here usually. Damn it, what did I do with it? It's Pat, help me out. You have this deck. The Ancestral? Oh my gosh, I can't open the bottom. Tarot of Ancestors, the Ancestral Tarot. Tarot. Ancestral Path. That's what it is. Ancestral Path Tarot. I like this one a lot. Yes, Ancestral Path. I love the owl rising up. I love death sitting in the boat, the child playing with the skull, the roses. It's all very symbolic. That's a wide card. It is. It's a wide deck, for sure. I don't use this deck very often, and that's why, because it's kind of a big deck, but it is gorgeous. Very beautiful deck. We're almost done, guys. You're doing good. This is the Next World Tarot. Love the symbology here. Transition. You don't like the child on the death card? The innocence. That's about the innocence is not going to save anyone. But I agree, it's harsh. It's not supposed to be easy for sure, right? All right. We have 3 more. This is the Ark. The Ark Tarot is the Cecropia Moth. Death, destruction, renewal, real truths. The Cecropia Moth. For death. That groundhog would have to be 3 feet tall. Who wants perspective with art, though, Sherry Bug? Yeah, perfect, you know, to have the moth for death, because that's what they say, is if a moth is coming around, it's a sign of, you know, someone you love is trying to contact you that has passed over. Death is innocent. That's right. The Reaper plays no favorites. Speaking of which, one of my favorite cards is in the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. And the story with it here is really lovely. See, we have the 2 birds, grandma talking to the granddaughter. You can see the grandma's spirit here. And the crows, warning of a change. One of your favorites. I know. Oh, Emma, that reminds me. I have your box sitting here. I've been waiting for you to be on so I could open it. Spot of the dead people must fly into the flames. Must be when they've delivered their message, they self-destruct. Okay, the story. Ah, child, I will miss your precious face. Yet I'll never be far away, I promise. It's Granny's time to leave her body, but she will never ever leave you. You can come and sit here year upon year, and although you may not see me, I'll still be beside you, dear. You'll feel my presence like snowflakes falling gently onto your skin. And there's nothing scary about a snowflake, is there, sweetling? You feel it and know it exists even though you can't hold on to it. It kisses you lightly, then melts away until its season comes again. When the snowdrop flowers go back into the soil in late spring, we think they've gone away forever. But just when we've given up hope of seeing their tiny pale faces again, pop! There they are each winter, as pristine and dainty as before. And see how the trees have no leaves now? Those worn out dry leaves fell and crumbled away to feed the land, making the trees strong enough to put on their fresh green mantles another day. There are always returns, you see. Nothing in nature truly dies. And we human beings are a part of nature, aren't we? Do you see that Granny's skin is like a dry leaf now, all crumpled and creased? Granny will take off her old suit of a body like the tree shrugs off its worn out leaves. No, don't be sad. It will be just like taking off an old coat, see? That worn out part of Granny will be wintering back into the earth. But the real Granny, the one you see when you look in my eyes, that one will be light and free again, able to dance on water like sparkles of sunlight. Her love will get bigger and stronger just as you'll grow taller, and it will fill your life. And you'll have a lovely life, my sweet one. You'll have your guardian Granny spirit with you until we meet again. And we will, my precious petal, we will. Yep, we like symbology, but sometimes familiar circumstances and imagery can have an even more powerful impact. Yep. For sure. I'm not crying, you're crying. It's a tough one. Yep. Okay, one more card. Let's see if we can get through this. I don't think I cried. Did I cry last one? I have to say, sometimes the death card is a tough one to get through. So if I only cried once, whew, I'm doing pretty damn good. Okay. Last but not least is the Goliath. Here we have the raven skull, the moth, except now the moth has antlers. My mom is dying, and my kiddos and their grandma was super close. Whew. Sorry, honey. It's hard. It's hard to let go, right? Try talking down a nervous Nelly you are reading for when you read that card reading. Whoo! Right? Oh, boy. Hard, but you know it. I try to remember when I'm going through the loss of a loved one, you know, our loss. I try to remember how close I am to my grandmother still today. My grandmother died. Oh goodness, I can't even remember how many years ago now. It's probably nah, it can't be 20 years. Maybe. Oh, it might be 20 years. Close to 20 years, I think. And I'm close to her still today. I still see her all the time. She comes to me in my dreams. I feel her constantly. I'm still very close to my grandmother. I know her energy is there. It is really, really super hard to know that transition happened and that you won't have the same relationship, but you don't lose that relationship. It just changes. How's my Aunt Nancy? So I have to say, that's the good part of moving out here, and I knew this would happen, is that Nancy and I are close again. I can't wait to see her. I haven't been out to see her since she got out of the hospital. She's out of the hospital living in my Aunt Frida's house. And I talk to her at least once a week now, and talk to her like I used to. I've heard people call it the joining the ancestors. Yeah, right? Witchy mom's brother and sister-in-law have COVID. Oh no, I'm sorry, Pat. But Nancy and I's relationship has grown much stronger since we don't have to live together anymore. It's, you know, once I didn't have to live with her, it's like we are fine again. It's too bad that my mother can't stop being a cunt, but sorry to be so blunt. Yeah, my kids and my mother just keep on getting into it. And I haven't talked to her pretty close to, well, I haven't talked to her on the phone at all since we moved out here. And I called her to try to get her to calm down because she was threatening to call the cops on my last son who was living in the house, who was leaving. And instead it ended with me being very calm and being like, Mom, calm down. And it ended with her saying fuck off and hanging up on me. So, you know, what are you gonna do? I have a good energy about your aunt. I do too. I love my aunt. My aunt and I were very close. My mother's always been a cunt. So my aunt and my aunt was like my mother for a long time. It was really hard for me to be fighting with her all the time, but it was really super hard to live with her. Okay, so here we go. Last one. Felt like this. I can't help it. I know, right? This is my channel now. I do have to say, it's funny. I try to curb my language when I'm doing a Mystic Dragon's Lair on her grandson calling cops. Yes, Sonia. Yes, she was. Actually, she did. As a matter of fact, and the cop came. And of course didn't do anything because my son has been living there for a long time and he's moving out the 21st is his move out date. So her flipping out and everything, she's an idiot. See, Christiana, I agree. And I still talk to my grandmother all the time and my grandfather for that matter. Okay, we are infinite. Once something existed, it was and will forever be a part of the universe. You were and are a fish in the great sea of life. When your physical vessel dies, it will simply go back to the great sea of stars from which it came. Firstly, nothing truly dies. It only changes in the ever-moving consciousness of the universe and the collective, which has multiverses inside of itself. O death, how can you bring change to us all in your transformative ways? Oh, how you are feared and unwelcome by many. Welcome to the beautiful death card. And it goes on. I will say that is pathetic. She's just a horrible human being. It's sad, really, because, and I swear sometimes I think she's jealous that I have found happiness in life, which sounds weird because she's my mother. You would think she would want that, but because she hasn't. She never has. And that's the last conversation I had with her was very calm, and I just said, I really, truly hope you take this COVID time where everybody has to be by themselves to search what you want in life and find something that makes you happy. Because obviously you've never done that. You're a miserable person. You're not happy. And instead, she's just honed her bitch skills. I don't know. So what I was going to say, though, is about death is that is scientifically, that's the truth. Death does not end our energy. It is a scientific fact that energy cannot die. Energy just transforms itself into something new. It just changes a little and keeps going. There is no death of energy. And we are all energy. So there is no death there. The soul, the spirit, your essence, however you want to say, what makes you who you are, that keeps going. There are tons of scientific studies about how you lose. They've measured the mass of a soul or spirit. It's about 3 pounds, I think. That as soon as you die, you lose 3 pounds. And so it keeps going. There is no death of energy. I could tell you stories upon stories. Because I do Reiki and I've been involved in hospice and I was a home health aide and I, was in a lot of. Talk to my Deb when the lights flicker. Yes. Yay. I'm so glad, Hexen. I've been there for a lot of people as they have transitioned, and I could tell you tons of stories that have happened at that moment of transition that you just know that there's a transfer of energy. And so, is it scary? Yes. I've yet to connect to a deck. This is a wonderful way to see many decks. Yay, you're welcome. Is it hard to let go of the version of that person that we know here? Yes. It is absolutely going to be hard. There's nothing that says it's an easy thing to go through. I would never, ever, ever say that. But it is not the end. So death, in this sense, is not the end either. What the hell did I do with my initial death card? I don't know. It disappeared. Really? Totally? Disappeared? Can't find it? Is it in here? I thought it was in here. Losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Just ignore me. Losing my mind. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, I'll find it. Sorry about your mom. Thank you. I appreciate it. My dad paused the CD player when he passed away. I was playing his CDs. See? And I hear that over and over and over. And I've seen lots and lots of stories, the same thing. That something happened to my, actually my mother's boyfriend. The last time I saw my mother happy, I think probably, was, or not her boyfriend, her husband. Her second husband. His name was Larry. When he died, their dog was outside the room and kept wanting to come into the room, and they didn't want her to come in because they thought she might jump on him, you know, and he was near death. And so literally, though, the moment that he died, she went to the window and started barking and, you know, saying goodbye. She very obviously, she saw him outside the window and was there saying goodbye, just like he had been standing in front of her. And so there's a million stories just like that. So same thing with this death. It's a transition. It's a transformation. It is not an easy transformation. We're going to mourn the loss of something. We have to let go of what is not needed, let go of what's not serving us anymore. But we can look forward to the transition. There is a transition coming that is a different thing in our life. Love the scene in the last Harry Potter movie when Harry dies and is talking to Dumbledore. Oh, in the afterlife. Yes, when death is explained as just going on. That's right. He's at the train station, right? And it's just, you're just going to get on the train. It's a moving on. Yes, it's such a good scene. Dumbledore is such a wise wizard. So it is a moving on. It's a transition. That doesn't mean it's easy, but it is a transition, and it is a transition, you know, that we all someday will go through. No matter what we do, there's no bargaining with death. My great aunt came after she passed, told me she was sorry she didn't get to meet Shauna and Austin, but she was glad she got to see them. Aww. And if we get the death card, does that mean we need to think of what we need to let go or change? Not necessarily, Sonia. Sometimes, yes. You'll know, though. Like, even if you want to go, oh, geez, I don't know what that is. It'll happen, and you'll suddenly go, oh, I pulled the death card. This is that transition. This is that, oh, dear, this is that moment. And it could also be that you need to think about what to let go of. Absolutely. You can help that along by getting rid of what's not needed. So maybe that transition isn't quite as difficult for you as it would have been. I cannot believe I cannot find that death card. I feel like I'm going crazy. Did I put it up here? Nope. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I wonder if I put it in a book. so weird. I'm right here. I'm just looking in my books to see if I put it in a book. I'm telling you what, I'm losing my mind anyways because I cannot find the before card. Now we do the before and after, and I cannot find it. Snake, snake, Severus snake. Yes, I know. I love Severus. My husband's dad died July 4th. I wish he could undo some of the stupid things he did from where he is now. He had Alzheimer's and was incompetent in decision making. Ugh, it's terrible. Are you going to open your gift tonight? As long as Emmy is staying. Emmy is staying. No, you shouldn't have to. You have to change your name from Google, though. Okay, so let's really quickly just talk about career and finance. If you're pulling this for career and finance, it indicates change. Always going to indicate change. This may mean a change within your current job, or the change may involve the ending of your job and the starting of another. Financial matters, it may be warning of a change of income. Although this change may seem uncomfortable and unwelcome at first, if you approach it with a positive mindset and adapt, it will be a temporary transition. Health. The death card only indicates physical death in extremely rare cases. It does once in a while, but usually that's not the case. So don't panic if this card shows up in a health reading. This card once again indicates a change in circumstances. So this means a change in a health situation. This could be a positive thing if you've been going through a hard time, as this could indicate that the phase is coming to an end and you're moving on to better things. It could also mean a change of treatment if the current treatment has not been successful. Whatever the change, adapting a positive attitude could go a long way in determining the outcome. Relationships. The death card indicates that the current situation within a relationship cannot stand and that there is a need for change. This may indicate ending unhelpful aspects of the relationship and embracing the changes needed in order to make things work. If this is not possible, then it could mean the ending of a relationship in order to move on to better things. No matter what the situation, some kind of change is inevitable. In general, the death card indicates a time of endings, letting go of something. It's a time of change and transformation and a transition to new beginnings. I'm so upset that I cannot find my card. I mean, I'm sure I'll find it. It's just annoying to me that it just disappeared off the face of the planet. I don't want to, like, it sounds bad. I don't want to break it, which means I don't want to sit on it somewhere or stand on it, or it's right underneath me. Haha. That's what I didn't want, is to put my chair on it. Okay. All right. So I lost my beginning, my before or my after tarot, I think, because this is before. This is the before. Here we're going through the cemetery, trudging along before we get to the people. I don't know what happened in the after card. I can't find it. But this is the back. If we're looking at this for the front, thank you, Fatima. This is the back. So you see the bishop, who is the Hierophant, the dead king, the child. So you see the other side. Okay. So, what did we decide? Do we want to just do the major cards? I can't remember what we decided last time. Do we want to just finish up the major cards and then go back and do the minors? Or did we want to shuffle the whole thing? I can't remember now. Oh, that's terrible, Rowena. Go for a happy card. I don't remember either. I can't remember. I think I'm just going to shuffle them all together. If we're supposed to have a major card, it'll happen. I know. I think we did say we were going to do all the majors first, but I don't want to just have the major. If we're supposed to get a major, we'll get the major. If we're not, then we won't. Because all the cards are good cards. All right, so we're going to pull from all the ones we have left. So here we are. We're, I believe, over halfway here. We're pretty close. Yeah, we're over halfway at this point. And this is the first channel subscription on the list. Yay! Crafty Little Witch channel. All right, Christiana. Yeah, we'll be doing two-parters for months. That's true. Okay, so here we go. Oh, this card right here, whatever this card is. Page of Cups. Hey, with the little fishy. I love the page. This is a cool card. So I love this card, Queen of Fart Lips. The Page of Cups. I love the Page of Cups is the one that has the fish jumping out of the cup, which I love. This is a good card. It's a fun card to do. So this will be a good card. Next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. The Daughter of Horns in the Brady Tarot. I forgot. Damn it. I was going to pull out the Mood Tarot. So the Mood Tarot, the funny one that has all the sayings on it and stuff, we just got the Mood Tarot in Mystic Dragon's Lair. If you want that deck, you can get it from Mystic Dragon's Lair for the same $40 that you can get it from the creator. But we have free shipping. Did you have a look at the Tarot of Bones? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I think here's the thing. I didn't even remember to create an event for tonight. Now, usually it's right after I get off, I go create an event. I must have been really tired after we got off last week because I forgot to do the event until like today when I got home from work. So it was a little bit of a goofy day. I'll try to look at it though. So next Tuesday, oh yeah, Mood Tarot. If you want the Mood Tarot, Mystic Dragon's Lair for $40, and you get free shipping with it. And it's a great deck. It makes me laugh all the time. Okay. So next Tuesday, we're almost at, how many do I have? We're almost at 7,000. We have like less than 10 people apparently to get to 7,000. Any Dana news? Dana could use our thoughts and energy. She's doing okay. It's been a rough couple weeks. She's doing okay. I think mentally, and when you go through cancer and you go through all of the different treatments that she's had to go through, I think it mentally and emotionally it takes a lot out of you. So even when she's cured, she has really been going through the ringer. So she could definitely use our energy. We are going to do the next auction for her the weekend, Labor Day weekend. So if you are interested in donating, please send it to Mystic Dragon's Lair. If you are not sure of the address, you can look at Mystic Dragon's Lair's Facebook page. I think it's 312. No, 312 is my address. 332 North. Look at Mystic Dragon's Lair's Facebook page. I work there every day. You would think I could remember. Nope, it's in Medina, New York. Best guess, I probably have 5 or so. Yay! Is MA still here? Ooh, I forgot. All right. And I just dropped everything. Now, if I can find the package, because it's right here someplace. Here it is. Where am I? So I've had this box for like, I don't know how long, 3 weeks. And so I'm horrible. I'm such a squirrel lately, especially. I want to try to find a date. July 22nd. Oh, that's not as bad as I thought then, right? What are we on? No, it's not as bad as I thought. So I literally just opened the top because I'm bad at that. So it says, Jen, Mama Squirrel. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I like that card a lot. Look at it. It's very shiny. Sparkles. Thank you for magically appearing just when I needed it. Sorry, my handwriting is awful. Annie was excited to sign this book because she never signed a book for a squirrel before. Because you taught me well. The other items is, of course, thrifted, but it screamed your name. XOXO MA. Aww. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, how cute. The Poetry Witch Little Book of Spells by Annie Finch. Oh, how cute. For Mama Squirrel with love, Annie. And I got it signed and everything. That's so sweet. I love this. How cool is that? I got the stuff in January, mailed it in July. Oh, well, see, now I don't feel so bad. I'm such a squirrel. I've been dying because this box has been sitting here, and I kind of look at the top of the box. I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to remember. How cool. I love this. Wheel, turn me, touch me, heal me, change me, seasons of the turning year, move me, make me, rearrange me, lead me home again here. I love it. It's all kinds of poems. There's poems for each Sabbath. And then there's just poems on creating, starting, patience, and they're witchy poems. Spider Woman, spider, you have woven a chain stretching with rain over the sky. Oh, I love this. Love it. You are the best. You were on a retreat with her. Ooh, I love the box. Look at even the box. Micah Crabshaw. I can't speak. Micah Crab Claw Shell from Long Island Sound. Woohoo! Oh, look at how cool. How awesome. Little pieces of mica. And look at, I love it. Look at the little crab. Oh, I love it. Emma, you are the best. I love it. I love it. I love it. She is so awesome. How cool. I would love to do that. Actually, I would love to have a retreat and kind of have people come and teach. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is cool. Hold on. Now I've forgotten what I was saying, but this is too cool. Hold on. Oh, I love it. This is going on my Egyptian altar, baby. Oh, look at that. How gorgeous is that? Oh, I love it. That is so going on my Egyptian altar. I think I'm going to print out pictures of Sekhmet and Mayat, both, so they both can go on my altar in the little frame. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Thank you so much. I love that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And that's it, right? I always hate to dig through like I want more, but you know, make sure that I'm not missing stuff. Emma, thank you so much. That is the sweetest. I love it. I was buying Dana auction stuff at Goodwill. Ah, thank you. I love that. Oh, I just love it. That is perfect. The Eye of Horus and the Isis above. Oh, that is gorgeous. I know, right? I love when you come across thrifted stuff that is not normally there, that you just know this is for somebody specific. I love when that happens. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, sweetheart. That is awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From Egyptian Air. Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice that. How cool. Egyptian Air, duty free. So it came like from Egypt. It has touched Egypt's ground. Did I tell you all that I found out on when I did my ancestry that, all right, I know it's not a whole lot, but it's like less than 3% or something, but I am less than 3% Northern Africa, which could be Egypt. Not that that matters, by the way. It doesn't, like, if you want to be involved in a pantheon that you have nothing whatsoever in that pantheon, it's okay. I just thought that was cool. So, I love this. You are the best. Okay, so next time I come on, I'm going to gather all the crap. That sounds so bad. All the crap that I'm going to give away. All the stuff that I have to give away for the giveaway, which I'm like less than 10 people from hitting 7,000 subs. And so the next time I come on, I will show you all the crap, all the stuff that I'm going to give away. So make sure you join me. I have a couple decks. I just got another deck from Kickstarter today. I haven't looked at it yet. And what's the other one? Oh, the Enchanted Dreams one. I got to do the Enchanted Dreams one too. And the Celtic Tarot, which I love the look of that one, and I haven't used it yet. So, all right, I love you guys so much. Click that like button on the way out for me. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. When we get to 7,000, we're going to do a giveaway, which is very soon, hopefully, maybe this week. The giveaway won't be, but we'll start the giveaway this week. All right. I love you, love you, love you. Emma, thank you so much. You're the sweetest. I love you. And we'll see you next time.